whatever people are working on and doing, maybe the magic is in the pivot sometimes.
The magic is in the pivot. Makes me think of Ross Geller bringing his couch up the back stairs and yelling pivot. Welcome to Created Creative. I'm Dawn.
And I'm Ruth.
Welcome back.
Oh, yes, welcome back.
Our regular podcast listeners, maybe that's you, have noticed it is not as consistent as it once was.
Yeah, we've been moving to the last few weeks. It's been every other week, and a few reasons behind that. But running a top 5 podcast, there's a lot going on with admin and editing, and
some newer listeners may not know we are in the top 5% of podcasts. So there's just like a lot going on. And thank you for listening, because that's the only way that happens. And we would love to be putting this out every week. And the only way that can continue happening, given our real lives, is to get someone to help.
Basically, we want to hire someone to help us.
So be a patron.
Yes. Join our Patreon. It's a great community, and it helps the podcast to remain ad-free, because we know that people appreciate that.
Yes.
Being ad-free.
And why would people, I was thinking about why people join or don't join things that are available. Joining PBS, even though it's free, they have members.
Yeah.
Or NPR or any of those things.
Right. Even a church.
Even a church is for, there's a good example. Why are you giving offering when the church is free? You want to be a part of something and support what it's doing.
Yeah.
I joined the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, and there are ways to get in free, but I wanted to support it and feel like I could access it anytime, and I was supporting something. And now I'm like finding all these other advantages to belonging to a garden I didn't even know.
Exactly. I feel the same way about my yoga studio. There's definitely free classes I could go to. I could do yoga in my living room too, but being part of the community and paying the subscription, I'm able to go to any class at any time, and I'm part of that group of people. You know, I get the newsletter. I know what's going on.
Yeah, you feel a part of something.
Yeah, I want to support it. I want to see it succeed. And so I'm glad to pay, you know?
Yeah, feeling a part of something, making sure it continues. You want the thing to continue.
Yeah, right.
The other thing is our patrons from Patreon also get a little more access to us.
Yeah, once a month we've been having, we call it Created Creative Conversations. And it's been really fun to gather with our patrons. And then we get to hear about the things they're working on. And they get some free coaching from you.
Yeah.
And
that's worth the price of admission.
Yes. And my random musings about things.
Which are very helpful. But so far, we've had a framework of tell us what you're working on. We are going to find a next step. We're going to find a connection for you. We're going to find a creative idea to get around whatever is next. It's very fun to see how people are dreaming, and then everyone in the room is supporting them on it.
Yes. Yeah. It seems the members help each other as much as we help them too, with connections and encouragement. And so it's exciting to see the things that are bubbling up out of that group.
The main thing is knowing you're supporting these kind of conversations happening. We're happy to have as many conversations like this. We can have them every week. It's all the other stuff that it takes to make them happen, which has been piling up on us.
Exactly. We love the conversations. Oh my gosh, we've met so many interesting people doing this, you know, and it's been inspiring to see the things that they're making and putting out into the world.
Yes.
And it's been so great. So the interviews, that's the easy part. It's the editing and the admin stuff.
And it also brings up a good point of whatever creative project you're doing, you're allowed to change it.
Yes, exactly. It was a big decision for us to decide to kind of go every other week for a while here. But then we were like, but you know what? It's our podcast and we can do that. And maybe we'll learn something in the pivoting. I know we said that too. I believe that.
And we might put other content in the off week, so stay tuned. You might repost. Right?
Because we've made all this good material over the past 3 years, and it might be time to let some of those previous episodes shine again.
And I feel like so often you commit to a creative thing, and the reason it peters out is because you've created too many of your own rules. Like creativity happens within boundaries, and so then there's some rules imposed. But then your real life doesn't fit with those rules, and we have to let ourselves change the rules.
Yeah. We can't make the rules the thing. The thing is the creativity, and that will always be flowing and changing and ebbing. But the rules can't be the thing that we worship.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is
Yeah.
what happens at so many churches.
Yes.
Someone had a
Yes.
creative idea to do a thing. Now no one can change it, even though it's not working anymore.
Yeah. We see that all the time. And so we don't want our podcast to be that way. Just because we created it one way doesn't mean it's not going to keep becoming.
Mhm.
It'll always be becoming as long as it exists.
Becoming by Michelle Obama.
Yes. Consistently becoming, pivoting. Yeah.
So tell me what creative things you've done in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my word. We have had so many funerals in the last
Oh,
weeks.
wow.
Yeah. It's lots of people dying, but then also the people that died earlier and now
Yeah, waited till the ground was not
the
frozen.
graveyard. And then our town where my church is was all in a kerfuffle because one of the American Idol contestants was from Fergus Falls. And
Oh,
there was a whole thing because he made it to the top 5, but if he had made it to the top 3, then American Idol was going to come last Wednesday. But we didn't know.
right.
Like, it was like this huge thing is like, okay, we weren't going to find out until Monday night if the whole town was going to be throwing this big celebration on Wednesday.
Whoa.
And then it turned
He
out he
didn't
didn't.
get.
Yeah. Like we're still going to have a parade and a concert, but now that's been moved to May 16th.
It's funny that American Idol could have that kind of pull
Oh, yeah.
to make a whole town throw a parade and have the permits and everything.
Oh, yeah. They were working with the Chamber of Commerce, and everybody knows this guy. They're all so proud of him.
Yeah.
And it's a small enough town that everybody knows him or his family somehow. Yeah, I've never met him, but I know he's a son of a Lutheran pastor. So I feel like I know.
Yes,
And
yes.
so anyway, that was exciting.
But
And
he
it'll
didn't get to that level.
No, but he will still on May 16th now he's going to have the parade and the concert and stuff. So it's just it was going to be so immediate if he stayed in the top 3. But
It
now
feels
it's
like
not.
waiting for Guffman.
Yeah.
Like everyone's
Yeah.
waiting for this big
Uh-huh.
producer to come and then
Yeah. So anyway, that was exciting. And I don't know, we're at the end of the church year or the program year.
Program
And
year.
so there's lots of winding things down with confirmation. And
Mhm.
so creativity wise, I feel like every ounce of my creativity has been going into writing sermons lately for
Great.
funerals.
Oh, for funerals, yeah.
And Sundays. And I've been painting more too. Maybe some of it's going into that. But have you done any good creative projects lately?
As I keep redesigning what we'll do next year, I mean, it's all just thought, but I'm figuring out what next year will be in the school year.
Yeah.
And I don't have all the information. So there's really a lot of options on the table because New York City hasn't told people yet what schools they're assigned to.
Right.
That'll happen next Tuesday. And then we go to a lot of little things. So actually the garden, we're members of the garden, and
Oh,
they
fun.
have a garden activity for 0 to 4-year-olds every Wednesday and Friday. And they had stamping with mushrooms.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. So you just end up doing a lot of these crafty things when you're
Yeah.
walking around with a 3-year-old.
And happy belated birthday to you, Dawn.
Thank you.
Yay.
Some people have it be all week or something, and
Uh-huh.
people have wanted to get together, and it's so kind. But I'm
Oh.
not a big make a whole deal out of my
Uh-huh.
birthday.
See, I'm just the opposite.
Okay.
I think everybody should make a big deal about my birthday.
That's funny because you're more introverted and I'm more extroverted.
I know.
That's
Isn't
really
it funny?
funny. But
Yeah.
on the birthday, you're like prepared for all the attention.
Exactly. Bring it on. Shower me with attention.
I mean, I don't want no one to acknowledge it because that's bad too. It's a very
Right.
fine line.
Yeah, it is. But we are all so glad you were born and we celebrate you on Creative Podcast and in life in general. And you soon are going to Spain. So
Yeah.
you've
So
got-
that's some creativity of
yeah.
there's a few details to figure out with that still.
Yeah.
And then
But
what'll
that's
happen
very-
here. And it feels more immediate. It's still a week away, but
Yeah.
my mom has arrived. And so then it feels like, okay, we're on our way. And I want to get rid of 10% of my stuff before we go.
Oh, how is that going?
I've gotten rid of like
love-
2 things. But I have a second fridge, which was great with an infant, just having another fridge in
Yeah.
the bedroom was great. And now I want something else there. My mom was like, I'm cleaning it out, wash it out, take pictures, want to sell it. Just moving things along that I've wanted to do.
Good.
I do have more infant stuff than I need. So getting rid of 10% of my stuff right there can
Yeah.
easily happen. I told this to one of my friends who has so much stuff, but not quite a hoarder. You know those people?
Uh-huh.
And she decided to get rid of 10% of her cookbooks.
Oh,
Guess how many
Wow.
cookbooks she had?
How many?
130.
So she got rid of 13 cookbooks?
Well, she can only get rid of 9.
Wow, that's a lot.
And this is a New York City apartment. This is not like you can keep them in the attic or the basement. They're like in your living space,
Right.
whatever
Oh,
you have.
man. Oh, gosh. Yeah. It is nice in some ways having a house to be able to like,
Stash.
you know, yeah, because it's funny. I was just thinking about how lately I keep thinking about clothes that I used to have that I did get rid of and thinking, oh, I wish I had kept that shirt or whatever, you know. I do go through things and get rid of stuff, but then every now and then it's like, oh, why did I get rid of that thing?
That's my problem. Like, oh, I need that thing I got rid of. Here we are. Am I going to buy
Yeah.
another one? Do I need it that badly?
Yeah.
Or it's not
Yeah.
available. Like certain clothing just isn't.
I know. So I keep thinking, like, oh, that shirt was great. Why did I think I should get rid of that shirt? Curses, I just should have put it into with clothes, what I'm convinced people should store them away and then bring them out again, even if it's years later, and then be like, oh, it's new. It's like new.
Yeah, which I do with the toys.
Yeah, right.
Not years, but she forgets. And then it's like we have new toys because you're rotating.
Yeah, that is nice.
Okay, what about, here's a topic, the weirdness of asking people to support your creative activity.
Yeah, it is a weird feeling.
We just did as though it's normal.
But we hear all the time from our guests that they struggle with that weirdness, and we encourage them to, you got to put it out there. And so we have to take that advice ourselves.
It's also, there's different levels because if you're selling a trinket, you still may have weirdness about how much you're charging, but you are giving them something. We're giving them knowledge or entertainment. It's even less tangible.
But still no less of a thing.
Right.
Just because you can't pick it up. And maybe I would say in our overcluttered world, it's maybe even more valuable.
Yes, because I'm trying to get rid of 10% of my stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm thrilled to say I only got consumables for my birthday.
Yeah.
So it's not adding to the math of what I need to get rid of.
The math and the mass of stuff. So yes, and I would say another thought would be to not be scared to pivot. Whatever people are working on and doing, that maybe the magic is in the pivot sometimes.
The magic is in the pivot. That's the title. The title. The magic is in the pivot. And then makes me think of Ross Geller bringing his couch up the back stairs and yelling pivot.
Yes.
Like, doesn't he just kind of own that word now in the English language?
And little did they know that people would be laughing about that for decades.
I don't know, but they were laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, they're laughing.
They couldn't have known there'd be like memes and social media and stuff. But
yeah, if we had a meme that went with this episode, it would be that.
The magic is in the pivot. Everyone feel free to pivot just because you passively promised something, not overtly, but people have seen a new episode every week and then there wasn't every other week. We're allowed to just explain it and move forward, as are you with your creative whatever.
Yep,
just communicate.
Exactly.
Make it work for your life better than having it feel so heavy that the thing has to stop entirely.
Exactly. And you're like, nope, if we have to bend one single rule, then it just has to end. No, it can still continue.
But I've seen that happen.
Oh, it happens all the time because we get this picture in our heads of how things are supposed to be.
And that's the only way.
But it's not the only way. So yes, believe in the magic of the pivot. And sometimes it can breathe whole new life into things.
Yeah, we might learn more from, you said this earlier, but now I'm really thinking about, we may learn from the pivot.
Exactly. Well, I believe that's true. We hope that you enjoyed this episode.
Thank you for joining us for Creative.
In the show notes, there's links to our Patreon, and we do invite you to support us in that way and go create something.
Go create something.